Okay, awesome. Hi, I'm Courtney with Your Mom's Donuts. We are a donut company founded in 2013. We were delivery only back in October, and by July 2014, hold on. Oh, there we go. Okay, so by July 2014, we opened our own donut shop in Matthews. That was incredibly family focused. Those are my twin babies, and I used to work like that all the time. We are focused on locally sourced, craft-made donuts. We very rarely repeat flavors. We try and support the community as best we can, just with our original product. Community has always been super important to me. We opened a second location August of a year and a half ago. Well, I can't remember what year we're in, 2018, I guess, in Park Road Shopping Center to expand there. It's just a kiosk. We make everything in Matthews and we ship it off. So that was what it looked like before and what it looks like now. We celebrated our 5-year anniversary last July, which has been amazing. And we added a bread company. So we have a full line of breads that we make now that we sell at farmers markets, as well as we have some retail locations. So that's just a little bit of a background. When the coronavirus hit, we knew we immediately had to move to online ordering. Our first step was just to add donuts. Oops, sorry, I went too quick. I'm going the wrong way. I'm so sorry. I'm very new to this, you guys. I am not a tech person, and I've just skipped through a bunch of slides. I don't know how to go backwards. Anyway, as we have evolved from that, I have a friend that we have discussed for the last several years about starting a CSA pickup at my shop. There are neighbors at the Davidson Farmers Market, Two Pigs Farm. And so when all of this hit, I called him on a Saturday and I said, hey buddy, how about now? And he said, give me some time. I'll get the online ordering system together. And I posted on our website and we had such a great response. I said, we're not waiting, get ready. I'm sending you orders starting this week. So within about 72 hours, we had our entire thing pulled together. I thought we would have 10 to 15 orders a week and we would just sort of be able to keep some local product moving through the community. This last Saturday, we did 110 orders. So that was our 5th order day doing this. We went from about 20 the first week to 200 last week between our 2 delivery days. We have 3 pickup locations. Excuse me for jumping through the other screens. The first was a picture from Two Pigs Farm. We added microgreens, Lucky Leaf Farm. I'm a member of a nonprofit called the Piedmont Culinary Guild, and the organization connects farmers and chefs. And so I had an awesome network there, and I sent out a blast and said, hey guys, I'm doing this thing, who wants in? We are up to 14 purveyors now. We offer everything from pastured meats to local produce, and we have an extra virgin olive oil vendor. We have grains that we're selling. We are out of 3 locations, both our Park Road shop and Matthews, and we've also partnered with Summit and Davidson so that we can get product up there. As you can see from this picture, the way we do it to be safe is we have everybody's orders pre-packed. We lay it out on the bench. Your ticket is on top. You swing through, you grab your order, and you leave. There's only a couple people in at a time. Everything's paid for online. We have been very careful not to have any transactions at the actual shop. Here is, it's black now. I don't know what happened. Oh, I went through too fast. Anyway, so our vendors that we're working with are, I'm gonna go ahead and skip because I'm not looking at my page. So as far as funding goes, we need more coolers. We need a big walk-in, or not a walk-in, we need a stand-up cooler. And labor hours. I have actually not only not cut hours, but added 30 hours to our payroll last week, which has been incredible. So we're hoping to continue with not only supporting our staff and getting the community food, but also supporting our farmers too. Thank you guys so much for including me. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Courtney. You're getting a big,
you were good.
Silent Zoom applause.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So with that, we're going to ask all of the panelists to unmute themselves.
And obviously tech isn't my thing, so I'm sorry, guys.
Great job, Courtney.
Yeah, excellent.
Thank you.
Courtney, you did a great job. It really, the pictures, we could see them. It doesn't matter that they didn't go at the exact time that you wanted them to. They were very impactful. So don't worry about the technology. We're all struggling with it.
Okay.
Love the idea. Love the how quickly you were able to pull it all together and get the orders. How do you see this impacting your long-term vision? Do you have, is the system working the way that you want to? What types of improvements would you like to make?
We're building software. I have a developer building software for me right now to make this more like a fulfillment center where all of our vendors have their own login information. They get their own orders, they bring it to us, and we distribute it. We're also adding home delivery. We will continue this. This has been amazing. It's so much fun connecting to the community. And yeah, we definitely need to tweak a few things. I mean, this has been 3 weeks and we're sort of trial and error through it. And our order system isn't what I want it to be, but we're actively working on a new one.
That's great. That's great. And how are you getting the word out to the community? Could you go over that just a little bit again?
Just our social media. You know, we have a pretty awesome social media following with the donut shop. And so it literally has just been that, you know, I just sort of threw a post up and was like, hey guys, who wants groceries? And the response was, I mean, the response from the community has been the most incredible thing. Like supporting the makers has been, I love writing checks all of a sudden.
That's great.
Hey, Courtney, this is Chris. One amazing job, I think. Not only are you keeping your own business alive, but I think the network effect of all the other businesses that you're impacting is really amazing and really commendable. You know, I guess I'll ask the disgusting capitalistic question of it all, which which is how are you making money off of this particular pivot? Like how much, what are you taking kind of a take rate? You know, how are you?
Some vendors can't, right? So some vendor, like my meat vendor, their profit margins suck, right? Like farmers make no money. So my point was not to make money off my farmers. We have a small service fee on our grocery orders. And as we go into home, and I do have a lot of vendors at this point now who do have a cut-in rate. So they sell me wholesale basically, and I retail it. Just like a grocery store would. It's a very similar model. And then as we move into home deliveries, people paying for the convenience factor will be even more profitable. So as we've seen how it's working up to now this is sort of solidified and we can move on to the next phase.
So the service fee is something that's passed through to the end consumer who ultimately pays for it. And and then obviously you've got some tech costs and then you've got some labor costs associated with making the deliveries. Do you do the deliveries in-house? Are you partnering with a service? Okay, so all of that.
It'll all be in-house. Yeah.
Okay.
We have a delivery van, so we'll work. I already have one because we did wholesale bread and donuts and stuff. And so we'll convert it and use it for grocery deliveries.
Yeah. And then just the last question, just so I understand, the idea now is this is something you see extending into perpetuity beyond the COVID issue. You just have seen such an opportunity and the idea is to extend it you know, thereafter, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, awesome. Well, I think it's great what you're doing. So that's amazing.
Absolutely. Courtney, Jeff here. Great job on the pitch. Once again. So you mentioned that you added 30 hours to your payroll when everybody else is kind of decreasing hours. Was that towards your developers? Is that towards your delivery drivers? Can you kind of break that down?
Grocery organization and delivery. So the way that the groceries are coming in, I order, let's say, 200 ears of corn, and then it has to be divvied up. So I've got people packing basically 2 days a week. So all of our orders are gone through, labeled, all of that stuff. And then on actual pickup days, because we're doing pickup days, Wednesdays and Saturdays, getting the groceries to our other locations, making sure there's enough bodies there in the morning. And also our donuts and bread sales have gone, that was my original plan, was to just get donut and bread sales to maintain. As like, if we can give people one-stop shopping, they'll keep coming because nobody's going to come to my donut shop just for donuts during a crisis. But if they can pick up meat, produce, et cetera. So I've had to add hours because our donut and bread sales have gone up as well.
That's amazing right there. What are you doing as far as what's the breakdown as far as your sales right now? Is it all B2C? Are you doing some B2B? Are you trying to shift more one way or the other?
Kind of during groceries versus donuts?
Yeah, donuts. Are the donut sales all B2C right now? Are you going after some businesses, trying to supply them and do
We have
bigger orders?
no, I'm not wholesaling donuts right now. We do wholesale bread. We have some really big bread orders that are going out the door. But as far as donuts go, they're direct to consumer only.
Okay, awesome.
We've,
Thank
you know,
you.
that's been sort of established for 6.5 years now. And so wholesale with donuts has always been like just a really tricky, tough thing since.
Yeah, yeah, no, I understand. I just wasn't sure if you pivoted during this. Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Should we ask some of the audience question here? I saw one at least.
Yeah.
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 So here's a question that was asked. So what's the hardest part? What's been the biggest challenge of pulling together this pivot?
Putting out fires when I don't even know what I'm doing, right? Like I just pulled this together in 5 minutes. So now I get phone calls all the time. No, I mean, it's been awesome. I work well under pressure. I always say like when everything's going okay, I have a hard time, but when there's a fire to put out, I know how to do it. So the biggest challenge is just getting a system in place in 3 weeks. You know, I mean, we systemized our donut shop over a year. There was no planning. There's no business plan on this. This was like a, hey, let's do it, you know?
Yeah. Well, I think you did an amazing job. So
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, we're going to get an audience question. We got Chris, I think you got Dan's question. What's the single biggest challenge? We had one from Ed Volsing. Supply. Are there other local farmers able to feed into this ad hoc system?
Absolutely. We are taking on new vendors every week. So anybody that wants in, as long as you follow a basic criteria, we're not going to bring in factory farmed food. I'm really, really passionate about good quality local food anyway. But if there's anybody that needs support, I mean, we have honey and we have soap vendors, you know, like anybody that needs support through this to move product, we're here for that.
Awesome. Thanks. And I see that Daniel was asking, where can we order? Christy put your URL, yourmomsdonutsnc.com into the chat box.
And we
Perfect.
also wanted to make sure our Facebook family saw that or knew that as well. So
Yes.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, we could put there on the Facebook live stream, yourmomsdonutsnc.com. And yeah,
Awesome.
real quick, Courtney, how far do you deliver? What's your delivery radius?
Well, we're not doing home deliveries yet. So once we get that established, hopefully we'll be able to deliver from Davidson to South Charlotte. That's my goal, or to Ballantyne, really, down all the way, and the full radius of the area. But right now we're just Davidson, Park Road, and Matthews pickup.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you so much. And again, a big Zoom silent applause
Awesome. Thank you guys.
for pitching, and best of luck.
Thank you.